Hello, everybody. It's Susan Phelps,
And Judy Atari.
and we're here today to share with you our Florida Association information that is tallied every month for all of the area associations. And we're going to report on the market area that encompasses Manatee and Sarasota as usual. So I always like to start off with a quote from one of our, from our current president for the help me out, Judy.
The Realtor Association of Sarasota and Manatee.
There you go. Brian
Doorstop around here.
And he says, despite the current market fluctuations, median sales prices in Sarasota and Manatee counties remains relatively stable. Now we look at these numbers from year to year. Home prices are maintaining their value and only experiencing a marginal decrease from previous highs. Now, our numbers are a little different this month because we're looking at last September compared to this September. And last September is when we had a storm come through. So the numbers of sales went down and generally affected those numbers in September of 2022.
Correct, because we had Hurricane Ian. And when we have a big storm, insurance stops writing policies. And if insurance isn't in place, you can't close on homes. And the whole area just kind of took a break anyway. So
Right. So if you're in the midst of a purchase with your realtor and they call you and say, we need to get your insurance bound right away because we're going to be in the storm box soon. That's what they're talking about. Insurance companies will not provide an active policy for property if the storm is too close, which I mean makes sense, right?
Makes sense.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and pull up the statistics that we have been provided. And Judy's going to start off with the Manatee County September 2023 report.
There we go. And the Manatee one's on the right, sorry. So single family home sales were 620. Increase September compared to September 2022 of 46.9% increase. Again, we had a little bit of a pause. To give you a reference point, I looked up August 2022 and we had 616 closed sales. So very similar where things are still strong. Again, our area is not following a lot of national trends where we're still busy. Susan and I still have several closings this month, so things are still happening. And condo sales are also up at 220 condo sales, and they're up 48.6%. So very similar to the single family home. Median price is $503,495, a dip of 2.6%. I also looked up August of 2022 and they were around 525. So not drastically different. They're not a huge concern. And condo sales, median price was 350 and that is up 3.9%. So they're all kind of in that same realm. Time to contract, so the time it goes on the market to the time it's pending, has been 29 days. I do see that kind of lengthening a little bit, and that's a tough one too because some new home sales are put in and they're pending a lot longer, lots of factors there, but condos are taking a little longer too with 46 days and up 200%. Now, one thing in 2021 and 2022, we did have a lot more out-of-state people staying through those summers with COVID restrictions and things like that. This year, I don't see as many staying here. So pure speculation on my part, but I'm thinking those condo sales are often purchased by out-of-state people and generally they're not here in the summer and it makes sense that they're not as strong. We're kind of getting back into that pattern a little bit. Just a guess on my part. And month supply, we always talk about this and it always confuses everyone. Single family home month supply is 2.9 months, which is up 7.4%, which means we have a little bit more home on the market. We're still technically in a seller's market, but I do say buyers seem to have a little more muscle in the game. And condo month supply is 3.3 months, and that's up over 70%. So I would say in North Manatee, I am seeing people taking more time to compare properties, people being a little more scrutinous, asking for more concessions after inspections, things like that. So I think
that sense of urgency, that frenzy is calmed.
Right. A little more normalcy, I guess, is the way of saying it. And sellers still are getting pretty close to asking price within a small margin in my area. So we're not seeing anything crazy, and we're again not seeing a lot of national trends happening here. We're still our own unique little selves.
So, okay, so in general, the closed sales registered for both counties were unusually high, but here again, we were affected by the hurricane. But the median prices have remained relatively stable. Sarasota County, to look at each of these statistics, increased 39% in the number of single-family homes that closed at 638, and condos closed at 292, increase of 24%. The median price generally stayed the same, a slight dip of not even a percent for single family homes at 494, and just 1.1% dip for condos at 395, 750 right now. And again, the remarkable thing about it is these lengthened closing times in Manatee and Sarasota are about the same for the single family homes, being 27 days, and for condos not quite as long as for Manatee, but 39 days. And our inventory in Sarasota is a little higher than the inventory in Manatee at 3.5 months. I think this is reflecting the fact that people are, getting a little more flexible with their sales prices and not so aggressive, and they're going ahead and putting their properties on the market when they need to. And condos supplies are 3.8 months. So we're still in a seller's market.
I do see more new home builders putting things in MLS than they used to. Not a lot of them are still not doing it, but they're getting a little bit more inventory homes, a little more inventory home supply, featured homes, and we're seeing more of that in MLS too.
Right. Well, and I thought for a minute there that we weren't going to have as many inventory homes coming on the market with the new home communities, but indeed they are still doing inventory builds, and especially when you have a new community like Arbor Oaks down in Northport. They've been pre-selling in that community for weeks, well, probably for a couple of months. And if you watch the video, you'll see that there's 6 homes right across the street from the model row that they're putting up, just and they want to be able to sell them. And it's all about the bottom line. I mean, that's the way it is for
trying to get things done.
Business.
We are seeing some builders are getting back to letting people contract from ground up. Some builders are doing a little more of letting people pick finishes, where they're going to say, hey, this is going to be a XYZ model and elevation, but inside you can do touches. And then other people are just doing inventory homes because it seemed to work the last couple of years. Especially your higher production builders are doing that.
Yes, and what I've seen too, and the videos that I've done about the Avanti and David Weekley, the builders that are building around the lake on the southern side of Waterside, they're trying to keep those price points low with their package offerings.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's a lot of that going on too.
Yep. Yep. And Taylor Morrison, Esplanade in Palmetto, Arson Lakes is what I'm trying to spit out. They're doing a lot, like they're focusing on their canvas package, and if it's within the canvas package, they're giving people some great incentives. That's what they've been doing.
Explain what the canvas package is, Judy.
Yeah. So, pardon? Oh, the canvas package is just a collection of tiles, carpets, finishes that they can buy a lot of,
Packaging
and use
again.
them and provide pass the savings on to the home buyers, home builders. Right. Yeah, so it's kind of nice. But yeah, there's certain incentives. I am seeing some new home builders say things like we're open to offers. So they might have a home listed at $550 and they might take less than that, or they might offer you money to buy down the rate. We're seeing more of that. But the neat thing I'm seeing, or the interesting thing I'm seeing, is some builders are doing that with only a few homes in a community. So there might be 20 inventory homes, but three specific homes, they might offer to buy down a rate or offer an incentive for an FHAVA loan. So very specific things based on homes that are just about finished.
Like in Wildleaf.
Yep.
Have you been getting
a couple of them finished?
Yeah, Judy and I get updates from the reps there, and they text us and let us know that, okay, we've got this, and this is what we're offering today, and we're going to give you with a total of a $50,000 incentive adjustment. Now, I haven't checked the website to see if they put that on the website, but they certainly have sent that information to realtors. So your realtor is going to be your best source of information, whether it's a new home or whether it's a resale home. And remember that you're not paying the commission as the buyer in either case.
Correct.
You really want to be represented when you take on this major transaction that, is life changing. We're certainly open to working with our customers for resale, and we know the communities. And in fact, we're going to do a video real soon, because Judy's got all this exciting information about the growth in Parish and the retail that has opened up recently. So watch that video.
Buildings that are actually structures now, and the hospital that finally broke ground, or the emergency room. And there's a lot of stuff coming, which is awesome. The things we've been saying, and this is coming, and this is coming, now they're actually coming. So they're here. Half of them are open. Yeah, we're going to get those done here real soon. So anything else, Judy, you want to add? No, just we were talking about using a realtor. Some things we've been doing is going through walkthroughs. And I think even if you have a third-party inspector, there's things that a realtor is going to see from a different perspective than an inspector. So if we go help you do some of these new home purchases, little things I saw the other week, like a crooked drawer, and the homeowners are so overwhelmed with the whole big project that we're sitting there looking for the details. And maybe it's a lot of minor cosmetic things, but it's a lot of minor cosmetic things that you want taken care of before you move in. Because generally it's a lot of cosmetic stuff, but it could be something worse, or be something that homeowners like, well, I'll just live with that. I'm like, well, no, it's a new home. We shouldn't have to, so we can help you navigate that stuff. I did a walkthrough on Friday. So, and today's Monday, by the way, when we're doing that. I forgot to tell you, Judy, that, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, one of my customers had, contacted me and said, hey, I haven't gotten any pictures lately from the construction supervisor. Can you stop by? And I was going through taking pictures, and I looked into the kitchen, and there was the beginning of tile being laid in the kitchen. And I didn't think too much about it, because
you typically have tile in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
And when I send the pictures and I talk to the customer, he was like, no, that's all supposed to be wood plank,
Oh,
luxury vinyl wood plank. And I was like, well, I think you need to make a phone call. And then indeed, within like a day and a half, he'd received a picture and that tile was gone. Gone.
yeah. Those little things that will help you do.
Yeah. And we love doing it. I love construction. I'm
Yeah.
learning so much every time from all the supervisors. Um, it's just a real learning experience, and we want to pass on that information to our customers. So don't hesitate to give us a call, people. We are here in Sarasota and Manatee County with Berkshire Hathaway Florida Realty. So until the next time, bye bye.